Good morning and welcome to SFA All Access. We will have the honor to host our recently elected future SGA Student Body President, Nathan Lyons. SGA is the Student Government Association campus, which is entirely led by students who are dedicated to serving as a voice for their peers and cultivating leadership skills with the student body. Today, we'll get a sneak peek into what SGA has in store for us for the 2024 to 2025 school year. Hi, Nathan. Thank you so much for joining us today. And first off, congratulations on your recent win.
Well, thank you so much for the congratulations, and thank you all so much for having me.
Yes, this is great. How does it feel to know that you'll be the next SGA president this upcoming semester?
Well, it's so exciting, a little bit overwhelming, but mainly exciting. I'm ready to get to work on everything that we've campaigned on, and I'm really excited to get started.
That's great. So for the people who might not know, could you tell us about SGA and how it helps the SFA community?
Yeah, for sure. So SGA is the Student Government Association. It's the voice of the students here on campus. It's for the students, by the students, and SGA basically conveys the voice and the message of the student body to administration to make sure that everyone at SFA feels welcome and ensures that their voices are heard.
That's amazing. And SGA is held at such a high standard. Can you tell me what it means to be a member of SGA?
Yeah, for sure. Well, being a member of SGA means having leadership capabilities. It means that you will be able to develop your leadership skills, meet new people, and voice the opinion of the students. It means that you, even if you are shy and you don't feel like that's something that you may be willing to do, I definitely encourage anyone who's even slightly interested to come to one of our meetings. They're completely open, so anyone is completely welcome to come.
That's amazing. And I know a lot of students, especially at SFA, want to have more part in their, deciding things.
Right.
But lots of people don't have time to commit to a full position. Are there any alternative options for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So SGA has 3 branches, like the federal government: executive, legislative, and judicial. If you're looking at joining SGA for the first time, you can be a senator or a justice. The senators commit 2 hours a week to our meetings at 5:30 every single week. And then our justices commit a little less time. Their meetings aren't scheduled. They just meet whenever, for example, a traffic ticket is appealed, or a parking ticket, not traffic ticket, is appealed. Then the justices will meet and decide on whether or not that student, that ticket still needs to be upheld or dismissed.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So going into what SGA does, do you have any plans for the upcoming school year?
Yeah, absolutely. So we ran on a few things. One of them is mental health access. So we're going to work to make sure that SGA is devoting enough of our money, our time, our initiatives towards enhancing our mental health support here on campus. Something else would be safety and support. That ranges from campus lighting to ensuring that everyone has the Rave Guardian app downloaded on their phones, supporting UPD and offices like UPD and Title IX in every way that we can.
That's amazing. How do you guys decide on what to do and what to grow on? Do you hear it from the community, or do you get it from your own peers in the SGA board?
Right, well, absolutely. So that's a good question. The president and the vice president get together and set an agenda for the year. Now, how we do that is we make sure that we collaborate with everyone to make sure that it's not just our initiatives. And that's also how we developed our campaign as well, both when I was running with Jada, when she was running for president, and I was running for vice president, and myself and Uchenna. We both made sure that we had voices at the table. It wasn't just us. And also the senators as well have their voices heard, and they can do whatever they want initiative-wise throughout the year.
Well, that's amazing. Well, up next, we will be able to go more in depth into what SGA has been able to achieve this semester and learn more about the application process. So if you're interested in becoming a member of SGA, stay tuned for more information. Welcome back. I'm here with Nathan Lyons, our recently elected SGA Student Body President. So Nathan, you've been in SGA for a while now. So what was one of your favorite events that you've participated in during your time?
Well, my favorite event would have to be the Centennial Watermelon Bash. It took a year's worth of planning, getting sponsors, making sure that the SGA was on board and the student body was ready for it. We hosted it during the Centennial, which is not normally when it's hosted. It's usually during the summer. So that was awesome to be there.
That's amazing. And I know the Centennial was a big thing this year at SFA. So how did SGA work with that, and how did their events, change with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So 10 years ago, Dr. Baker Patillo started the Centennial Planning Committee. And so the administration and faculty and staff have been worked on the Centennial for a very long time. And SGA changes administrations every year. So we didn't have necessarily a planning part in the Centennial, but we were definitely present. We were there for Watermelon Bash. We moved our time to September 18th to make sure that we could be there. We poured more money than we usually do into Watermelon Bash to make sure that we had plenty of shirts, plenty of watermelons, and I wouldn't recommend doing it on September 18th because that's outside of watermelon season.
I bet that was a messy cleanup for you.
It definitely was.
Well, you guys do a lot of events here at SFA. What are some events that you hosted last semester that you think are very important to students to know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the most important event that SGA hosted last semester was the SB 17 Town Hall. It's something that SFA, SGA, and anyone here on campus can't necessarily do something about, but we can definitely hold informational sessions and make sure that students are aware of the implications and the changes that were going to occur.
That's amazing. So how do you get out the information about these upcoming events to the students?
Right, so we do it a few ways. If it's something major, we'll ask the University Marketing Communications to send an email, or the Office of Student Life with our awesome advisor, Dr. Holly Smith. She's amazing and she really helps us in pushing things out to students. Primarily, you can find out more about SGA through our Instagram at SFA_SGA. In our Instagram, we have a link tree, and that link tree has links to Twitter and links to everything that you may need to know about SGA, as well as our website.
Well, that is really amazing. Well, seems like you've done a lot for this school and a lot this semester. But now let's hear from some students' experience in SGA.
Getting the opportunity to help students as a part of the student government has been very rewarding, and it feels very fulfilling to help students in a role where I can advocate for them and enact policies that help the academic experience and social experience of every student. And SGA, as a part of my college life, has definitely been more positive than I anticipated, and it's provided me with an opportunity to develop my leadership skills and meet with a diverse group of people and just gain lifelong friendships. The most fun experience working in SGA has been just organizing events around campus, having friends in SGA. I came in here, I'm an international student, by the way, so I came in here not knowing anybody, and now I pretty much know the entire campus. Yeah. To reach out to SGA, students can go through our dedicated email address, which I believe is studentgovernment@sfa.edu. And then we also have our social media pages, SFA_SGA, Twitter and Instagram, and we're very accessible, I guess.
SGA has done so much for this campus, but I want to ask what SGA has really done for you personally, Nathan.
Right, well, SGA has done so much for me, and really by SGA, I mean the students, the faculty advisors, and everything else that goes into being student government. I mean, I would say personally, my leadership capabilities, my time management, my confidence, it's also helped with networking and getting ready for a future career. I'm a political science major and math minor, so I'm hoping to go into SFA's national security program, and going that route, I definitely would need to know people in government, and SGA has certainly done that through conferences. We went to the Texas Capitol a year ago, and so it's really awesome to get to meet new people and build relationships.
So when you were coming to SFA, what made you join SGA, or how did you hear about it?
Right, well, I learned about SGA on my own. I was the president of Angelina College's SGA before I came to SFA, and so I was immediately like, hey, what is SFA's SGA like? Bigger, so there are more people, and it also is supported more. I mean, SGA has a line item budget. It has not only just Dr. Holly Smith as our advisor, but it also has Shelby DeWitt. She's our financial specialist or administrative assistant in student life that helps us with our finances. We have our GA for student life, Cameron Shepard, that also is a huge help help. So we have the support that we need to succeed, and that's how I kind of just found SGA online, and I was like, yes, I want to do this.
That's amazing. So you mentioned that you were the SGA at Angelina College. How did that and your years just being a member of SGA prepare you for this role as president now?
Right. Well, I would say the main thing that prepared me for this role would be our current president, Jada Cartwright. I don't assume office until May 1st, so she's still the president, but she absolutely has been not only my friend, but also my mentor. She has prepared me, I think, amazingly for this role. I know that following in her footsteps, I can do what she did because she's taught me how to do it.
So that sounds amazing. I can really tell that you have a friendship with her. How has SGA really helped you build a community?
Right, a community is, that's a great word to describe it. I mean, a majority of my friends are in SGA. I met them through SGA. The current speaker of the Senate, Emily Cood, I met her in SGA and we're best friends, as well as a lot of other poli-sci majors that we've recruited on into SGA. The community's awesome. We hang out every single day. We go on trips. We just got back from a Model EU trip. We were in Illinois and Indiana yesterday. We drove all the way back. It took forever, but it was fun.
That sounds great. So has SGA really helped you fit into SFA? I mean, you said you came from Angelina. Has that really helped you adjust to, a completely different setting? Say this college is a little bigger than that one.
Right, for sure. The campus life on SFA, I would say, is much better. And that's also something that we're looking to enhance. And of course, we love the Director of Student Engagement, Lacey Folsom. And so we're hoping to work with Dr. Holly Smith, to work with Student Life, Student Engagement, devote SGA resources to those areas to make sure that students are getting involved, which will help their, not only students' retention rates, but will help their mental health as well.
Well, after hearing you talk, I now want to join. But speaking of joining, how can students join this wonderful organization?
Right, well, they can join it by going to the link tree in our Instagram bio. It has applications are always open. If you apply in September or February, you can run for election as a senator. If you apply any other time, you can be certainly appointed by the Senate. So there are not certain application dates. You can apply whenever you want, 24/7. If you want to be a justice, same process. You have to be appointed by the student body president to be a justice, but there are interviews and screenings and things like that that happen. Our court isn't full, so I would encourage anyone that wants to apply for justice or senator. We have plenty of vacancies to apply today.
Oh, that's amazing. So you say that applications are open all the time. How many applications do you get? And depending on that, how many new members do you accept?
Right. Well, last year we got 150 applications, but a lot of that there is a 2.5 GPA requirement. There's also a major time commitment that a lot of people, including myself, weren't prepared for when joining SGA. Senators, like I said, 2 hours every single week. Justices, maybe an hour, depending on which week. So definitely, senators, if you want to be a senator, if you want to be a justice, that time commitment really is something that people need to be aware of. But it's absolutely amazing, and I definitely recommend applying.
That's amazing. So you touched on some requirements. Can you go more in depth into what that means?
Yeah, so to join SGA, you would submit an application, and from there, the application would be approved, not to join the application would be certified by our advisor, Dr. Holly Smith, to make sure that the student meets the 2.5 GPA requirement. And I believe there's also maybe like probation or something that goes into that. But after she okays the application, the Internal Affairs Committee, which is comprised of the student body vice president, the Speaker of the Senate, and all of the committee chairs, will interview the candidate that's being appointed, whether that's the justice or a senator. After that interview, they would recommend that to the person to the Senate, and the Senate would approve the person as a senator.
Oh, perfect. Well, where can students hear more about SGA?
Right, well, I would definitely recommend visiting our website. It's sfasu.edu/SGA. That is where you're going to find a majority of our information, as well as our Instagram, SFA_SGA, is going to be most up to date. We try and post on there frequently, so I would definitely recommend anyone that wants to get involved with SGA or just know about anything that's really going on campus to go there, because we'll also share other organizations' events. This year, we're going to be focusing on sharing small organizations' events and supporting small student organizations, so that's something that I would definitely recommend people follow and stay up to date.
And finally, why do you think students should join SGA?
I think students should join SGA to broaden their horizons. I mean, in SGA, you will meet all kinds of people because that's how it's designed to operate. We have seats for every single college, seats for every single class. We have athletics designated seats, student involvement designated seats, as well as the justices, which from every class and every college. And so that's something that I would definitely say that would be something that would definitely.
That just sounds amazing. Well, and thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you guys for joining us on another episode of SFA All Access. Tune in next time, and thank you guys so much. Bye.